Heyo everyone, it's Loki Monster here, and today I'm in the mouse hole talking with Spec about some recent changes to some of the craftable travel forms.
Before you could only stack half-eaten cheese to 5, and now you can stack them to 20.
Which is really good news for free-to-play players, so they can carry a lot more travel forms and save a lot more space, not only in inventory, but also in their bank. When I was a free-to-play player, we didn't have any of the opportunities to get the free travel forms like the Gifahula and the Cinder Dragon. So your only choice was the 30-day grind for the Ice Block or the Salty Parrot. And with some of the big maps, it really does make a difference if you have a travel form. So this is a great way to be able to stockpile them. All you have to do is grab the little cheese bits here. You get 5 every time you kill the Verminator. And then you just have to hand them in to Spec and craft them. Under the mouse skin crafting, you're crafting the half-eaten cheese. And this takes 4 minutes. Now, when you're a low-level player, that's about the amount of time that it takes to run the entire dungeon. Or you can buy them for 5 DC, so if you get some free DC or watch your ads, you can get them that way. And you will have this cute little guy, and he's really rare to see in game nowadays, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that you could only stack them to 5, and there are some free ones now available. So the next place we're going is Yoki Island. And we're heading to the Shadow of the Wind village because there are 2 travel forms here that are very, very uncommon to see in the game, because not only were they only stackable to 5, they also were a unique stack, and you could only own 1 stack, which has also changed. So in order to do this area, you have to be a level 23 and have played through this storyline in order to have access to these 2 quests, which are under special recipes. Now, the first one is Turtle Stew, and it requires 100 kappa meat and 10 rare salt. The second one is Boar Stew, and it requires you to hunt 100 boars for their meat, as well as 10 hot spices. Now this may seem a lot, but you are getting 5 travel forms each time you do this quest, but unlike the mouse, which costs you 500 gold, in this one you're earning 1400 gold each time you do the quest, as well as 6000 XP. So we're just gonna head out into the forest. And there are certain areas like this one where they spawn 3 on one side of the path, and then on the other side of the path there are 3 more that spawn. And these respawn really quickly, so by the time you've killed these 3, the other 3 should be respawning. The other nice thing about this quest is you can party up. I've been joined by Raisayo, so we were able to do it twice as fast. Now we're just gonna head into the Yoki Cave. And here you want the Path of Fire dungeon. Now in this dungeon, you're going to get the hot spices from the fire spirits. Now, this is not 100% drop, so it actually seems to be about 50-50. And the best area to farm them is actually in the very end of the dungeon when you enter the light, where several of these spirits will spawn. Now it will most likely take you 2 runs in order to get the 10. So when you do exit, when you get to this point, just back up and it will take you back out to the front of the cave where you can enter again. Now if you get a lava section, you have a choice. You can back up and then re-enter the dungeon to avoid it, or just run straight through. But do note, resetting it over and over isn't really productive, because the majority of the ones you'll get are from that last section of this dungeon. So once you've completed this quest, you can just head back to the Shadow of the Wind to hand in with Pai Mei. So you may think, well, why don't I just do both of these at once? It'd be a little bit faster. Well, I accidentally neglected to tell you that when you accept one, it locks you out of the other one. So now we're going to do the turtles, which is basically the same, except for we're farming kappas. And this is one of the great areas here for farming kappa meat, just right by the bridge. I'm going to leave Roseo here, and I'm going to head down to the other area, down by the arch where the loop is. Now there is another little area off to the one side here, as well as a little bit of a strip over by the Raijin dungeon, so if you have a multiple party, you can split up and cover all different areas, and it will go much faster. It took the two of us about 3 minutes to kill 100. So then you just want to head back to the cave again, and this time on the Path of Fire, you are hunting the Earth Spirits. Now, if you're doing the Ami no Abre quest line for the sword, this is a great opportunity to pick up these quests. Now, before you could have only have gotten 5 of each of them, and had to have used them before you could have gotten more, but now you don't. You can do several of them. So even if you don't need the travel forms, it's kind of fun to have unique ones like this that you seldom see used in the game. And I wanted to give a special thanks to Riseo for joining me farming these and showing you just how fast you can do them. Thanks for joining me. Bye!